Hello, this is Safari Catch Up, your speedy, punchy look at the last day in the wilds of Africa.
Yes, it's nice and cool this morning, but it's expected to get up to about 33 degrees Celsius. So where the camera is looking now, it's over that Caracal County where we had that caracal catching a little mouse. It's quite thick in there, so it's literally just by chance sometimes when it they come out onto the road, because we can only see about 10-20 meters into the thickets there. So literally you just got to be in the right place at the right time. So just driving through there slowly. I think I will do that. Just do a nice zigzag through the dune forest. There's 2 or 3 bat-eared fox den sites that I also just want to go and have a check up on. The one that we know with the pups. There's another one that we've found, but the adults seem very skittish when we get there. So I'm going to stop quite far away from that den and just see if they're around. I don't want to scare them off. That's always the issue.
Well, we got a squawker heron. It's my first squawker heron I've seen here on Sandringham. Easily identified by being a whitish heron-like bird, egret-like bird, but got that sort of tinge of rufous to the feathers. And the breeding plumage, and their non-breeding plumage, they're a lot more striated. Hans, well, there's a couple of things. It's like trees. How do trees know when to push out their leaves? There's a change in daylight. Around the world, unless you live around the equator, the sun rises and sets at different times of the year as the seasons change. So daylight change makes a massive difference. With daylight change comes temperature changes, and with daylight change also comes either a reduction or an increase in food due to wet seasons or rainy seasons, dry seasons. So essentially, birds migrate due to the fact that where they are maybe starts to get a bit colder, or the food starts to get less.
So we've got the ostriches off in the distance, and I'm just off the vehicle doing my best ostrich impression. So I don't want that male coming and chasing me, because if he had to kick me, he could probably disembowel me. But he's got those chicks with him, and so they are moving off. Maybe it's because he thinks I'm a bit more dominant than him with my ostrich stick. He's moving off there. Don't want to obviously chase them too much with my dominance. But yes, it still seems like there's 11 chicks. So those adults are doing very well looking after those chicks. No caracal or jackal has had itself a ostrich breakfast. But yeah, they're moving off and just keeping an eye on us. So they have just moved off around that side, nice and slowly, just taking it easy. So I'll do the same and just hide here behind this sweet thorn. So we've come through, we haven't seen any caracal, we haven't seen any jackals just yet, lots of tracks and signs, but we're going to head on off to the Bushman's River Basin and head down and see if we can find those bat-eared foxes.
Well, we have found ourselves some animals to ourselves, and have a look here. We've got 2 big elephant bulls that we believe we may have seen yesterday. The 2 large braras. Belinda, I think majority of the time they make an effort to try and stick with each other, especially the young ones. The young ones with the older males. You know, they want to learn. You know, these males will teach them all sorts. They will teach them all sorts of cool tricks. So they are. It's in their best efforts. Well, it's in their best interest to stick around with the bulls, with the bigger bulls, and to form these relationships up with maybe not just one bull, a couple of bulls. You know. Okay, so there are definitely some other elephants in the area.
Well, we moved on and we left that other male that we were looking at, Zuri, and we have come to another male here. And I'm trying to guess who this is, but currently I'm thinking this is Okingo. My guess, this is Okingo. Okingo, I call him the commander-in-chief in this particular coalition. His decisions are always final. When there's a possibility of a kill, and he tells the other boys this is doable, they will listen to him. When they tell them, do not bother, could be tricky, it's a waste of energy, everybody obeys. We break, territory marking, a bit of spray. I'm not sure he wants to go to the lager. Possibly he may want to go get a bit of shade, because just getting warm here.
So we've got lots of playful behavior going on here. The one grabbed a little tuft of grass and was playing with it. Now another one's come over and tackled it. Really relaxing with our presence now. This is just so cool. A bit of wrestling on the cards. A bit of a tag team going here. Lots of fun and games going on now. They're full of beans, lots of energy. The grasses and the bushes are getting the brunt of it. So Linda Poley, glad that you love them, because it's lovely spending time with them. Such bundles of joy. And I can't overstate how small they are. They are tiny. They might look quite big on the screen now, but it's all perspective.
So everybody, we have had no further success with our lines. The tracks have simply vanished. Spending a bit of quality time with an elephant bull. Spending time with these big animals, everybody, is medicine. I talk about it as being elephant energy, elephant medicine, and it truly is. It truly is. Elephants have changed my life, and spending time with them, just the grace with which they move through the landscape, the deep groundedness that they embody, is huge lessons, has been huge lessons for me in my journey.
And we call this particular bird here the white-browed cuckoo. They're very common in the Mara. I don't remember having put one on camera. I think all this good luck has been brought to me by Imara. Ashla, in general, most cuckoos will be the shape you see there, the beak, the head, and long tails. Not sure whether the long tails helps them for balance, but in general, they'll have those long tails you see on that particular white-browed cuckoo that we have here. You'll always find them near water. In general, I would say most of these cuckoos are carnivores. As much as we all know birds will eat anything else, anything green, but in general, most cuckoos, like the one we have here, they are carnivores, you know. But interestingly, this particular species have been known to eat smaller birds. Not sure she knows we are here or not. And you can see now the tongue that I was talking about is the forked tongue they got. These monitor lizards that when I was a young boy, I used to call them baby crocodiles. So they'll always throw their tongues out, and that helps them a lot to smell food, and they can always get a distant gauging with their tongues where the food is, and maybe possibly the type of food they're looking for, or whatever prey they would be looking for. She's coming very close. Oh my, this is the closest I've been to a monitor lizard.
Well, we got the lions, just couldn't really see them from where we were, so we're just going around. They're lying down in the river. There was no real access from where we were. Dream team, Joy. Well, the ones we're looking at now, I don't think are the ones we were tracking, or the ones we found just now. We're now on the other side of the river entirely, and we didn't spend time with these individuals at all yesterday.
We're just sitting on the banks of the very famous Mara River with these hippos. I've always known every time I come to the river, I will definitely see something. I just love that. Once in a while, they will disagree. They'll have a bit of politics in the water. That's what could be going on. And I was saying earlier, I do not know whether the hippos actually get infested by parasites like mites or ticks. So the oxpeckers, I would doubt they would be removing parasites, like ticks or mites, from the hippos, and not sure whether hippos get the same. And I usually think, because many times hippos have little scarred skins, especially the males, the oxpeckers will try to use their beaks and just suck the blood from them, and actually not getting the actual ticks.
So we've come across a small herd or journey of giraffe here on the Leeuwenbosch Flats. But this youngster, you can always tell from a distance when a giraffe is pulling a funny face. And this one was doing it, and I could see from far that it was chewing a bone. There's a little white piece that it shows. It's obviously rolling it around on its teeth. Just getting small bone fragments in there. There it is. Now it's kind of like, you know, when it's hot like this, I often crave salty things like crisps or biltong or droewors, because, you know, you're sweating a lot. So with a giraffe, and this is termed osteophagia, of course, the scientific term, the eating of bones. But, you know, I don't think that they honestly are thinking to themselves, I need some calcium, let me go and chew on some bones. It's just like a craving. You know, it's the same as when they eat dirt, or when they might, oh, he's dropped it. They might do the same on a termite mound, which is a nutrient hotspot. I don't think that it's a conscious seeking out or thinking in their mind that they need to go and get these nutrients. I think they get a kind of craving for this specific things as a result of them having a lack of some specific nutrient.
But from the body language, you can tell these lions are on a mission. I don't know what will happen. The best we can do for us is just to stay here and wait. They might have chosen to go to those particular elands. I mean, we all know elands are huge. I mean, antelopes, and they're the largest antelopes actually that we got here. Groovy, you're asking if they could take down an eland. They have done it, Groovy. They have done it, and I'm sure they can still do it again. They have done it, and I'll not be surprised if that is what they're thinking or what they're planning. One has disappeared. We still have one in the frame, and I tell you, the intentions here are very clear. They're aiming and looking at those two elands.
We found some young lions here, eagerly anticipating being called by their mother, wherever she might be. For some food. Britain, Texas, tawny cats. A young male, you can see by the fur around the neck. We had lions on both sides earlier. The others, they moved. We tracked a different element of this pride here this morning. Then we came around to get a view because we couldn't get access from where we were. And we found these individuals. There are 3 of them here, but this is the best view for now.
Well, the elephants seem to now be trying to make their way back in our direction. Not too sure how long it's going to take, but they are wanting to come down this way. I think they're waiting for a couple of others because there is... they've kind of disappeared down the other side of the dam wall. Also, I think they're waiting for that one who's having a time in the water. Looks like he's having an absolute time there. Oranze, hippos get quite large. They get quite large. They surpass that 2-ton mark for males. And you know, the average female generally weighing at about like 1,500 kilograms and more. So that's quite something. Whereas you get elephants who weigh far more than that.
Is definitely a play fight between these two young male impalas. And of course they are from the same breeding herd, I would guess. So there's no actually any bad blood between them. Janine, great action here. And if you look carefully, Janine, what I'm saying, they make sure before they lock the horns, the eyes are out of the way. But see other two young ones now also starting. And look, very huge age difference between these two, and of course one and the other, and the first two. That's what I'm calling it. It's very kind of a play fight. They're just weighing each other, and because they come from the same bachelor club, they'll be very, very careful not to hurt each other.
To find ourselves a female lion, and she's been chasing after some eland, which are just off in the distance there, and I think she's spotted that little baby, which would be a bit easier for her to catch, because if she keeps on going after them, I don't think the baby will be able to carry on for too long. So I think that's what she has in mind, is a bit of eland for dinner. But who knows if she's going to be successful? We'll just have to sit and watch and see. And they've got to be very careful now, because that little young one isn't as fast as the rest of them, and the lion knows it. And I think that's why she keeps following them. She might get tired eventually and leave them alone. But that's what she's up to.
Well, I think we've only got one elephant. A young boy busy feeding. Big-bodied animal. All the animals are quite happy today. The weather conditions are much cooler than yesterday. Yesterday was ridiculously hot. Hello, Ashley. Elephants can live up to 55 to 65 years. That's the general lifespan in the wild. Oh, look at that.
Oh my word, ground hornbills. They have done it again. I think we missed this hunt by a whisker, and that's the female. And I'm saying the female because of the purple violet color at the very base of her beak. The snake looks to be still slightly alive. You can see the snake moving its body. I don't think the snake is dead yet. No, the snake's not dead. You can see what she is doing there. And very well done. Good job, camera work. How else do you go there if you don't fly up? Excellent. Well done, Imara. Good camera work. This is what Wild Earth is all about. This is a very big highlight for myself, and I also believe for Imara. Now, what she has done is to coil the head and the other part of the body. Are you going to your husband? Can you share the meal? What does that mean? The husband is gone, the female is gone, with the snake in the mouth. Woohoo!
Our cats are chilling. Chilling hard here. Hello. Hello, Blue Eyes. I know many people are going to be very happy to see you. Thomas, I think so. I think so. All the white lions that I've seen have had blue eyes. I think it comes with it. I mean, I stand to be corrected, but I believe that it's part and parcel. The white coat and the blue eyes. But they're not albinos, everyone. They are just leucistic, so they lack the pigment. So they do vary in the color of the blue. So they can also have blue-grey. But apparently some white lions can also have normal golden or amber eye color. That's probably something that happens too.
So I just come across a couple of beautiful white rhino grazing happily. It's two females, probably a mother and a calf, although not so much calf anymore. Rhinos do, you can tell a lot of the mood of a rhino by its tail. If it's curled up, generally are a bit anxious. Yes, they will also curl it up when they're going to the toilet, but if they sort of startled or anything, or they trying to defend themselves, that tail will get curled up into a little ball. Now it's nice and relaxed. You can also tell with elephants as well. Their tail does tell a lot about their emotion. If they relaxed, they relaxed. That light is just making for a very special scene here.
As you can see, nature never fails to produce something amazing. We hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.